Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Jamie, and today I wanted to talk to you about a new eyeshadow palette that I just picked up, and it's the Huda Beauty new chocolate brown palette. I picked this up, it just went on sale the other day. I grabbed it from Sephora. It came in the mail last night, and I wanted to do a review on it for you guys and tell you what I think about it, do some swatches, and do a try on. So that's really how I'm doing this video. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts, we'll go over pricing, we'll step through what the palette looks like, and we'll compare it to some other palettes. And then at the end of the video, I'll do a demo. So I actually have the palette on my eyes today. So I just put this on. This is the look that I filmed towards the end. You will see that if you will stick around for that. So let's talk about this. So these are just newly released from Huda Beauty. It is called the Brown Obsessions eyeshadow range. There's actually 3 different palettes, and this is one of the 3. This is the one that actually caught my attention, so I picked it up. This is the chocolate version of it, and these colors definitely seem to be something that Huda puts out a lot, this kind of color story. But I mean, I'm sucked in. I love it so much. So I can't get enough of these neutral colors. So it's right, you know, up my alley. So I picked it up. It was $29 on Sephora's website. I know that the VIB sale's coming up soon, so you might want to wait and see if you can still get this for the discounted price. That would be awesome to get whatever percentage off that you qualify for. But let's step through this. So you see there's 9 different colors here, and I have them swatched on my arm. So let's take you through these fast. So this one is like this nice, warm, neutral crease color shade. It's really a pretty, you know, brown, mid-tone brown, but definitely leaning warm. There's this nice gold metallic. There's really, I think, 4 metallics in the palette. You can see them 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest of them are all matte shades. This is the mid-tone, I would say, metallic color in the palette. So this one would be the light tone, and this one has, you know, it's a peachy type of color. It definitely has a peach shift to it. And then this one is just really a bronzy color. So I thought this was a little unique because most of the bronze or shades I have this color definitely pull more gold, and this one just stays in the bronze range, which I really appreciate. I'm a fan of those bronzy colors, and I don't feel like I look that great in gold, but you know, it's personal preference. So that one I really like. Then it has these 2 lighter shades that are kind of like peachy colors. So this one is slightly lighter than this one, but these are perfect for, like, you know, beginning crease color shades, and they suit my skin tone really well. This color palette is definitely something that I feel like really suits like a warmish skin tone. So I have that lighter peach color. Actually, this one really, you know, on my crease and through this area here, and trying to blend it out back here. This one really builds. So don't be thinking that these peach shades, you know, are just, you know, just run-of-the-mill colors. They can really build up and give you something beautiful. So I really appreciate that, because I know sometimes that can be a little tricky, especially with this wide range. You know, where are you gonna find that crease shade, that perfect crease shade? And for me, these 2 definitely build up to be that. So really happy about those. I know that they're very close in color. I mean, I guess it's a good gradient with this one, and then this one, to darken up your eye look. I mean, on my eyes today, I pretty much used, I think, all but like 1 shadow. So, I mean, that was awesome. I really appreciate that. I think the only one I didn't use was this one. So anyway, I mean, that's awesome to say that you could get a look using all the different colors. It feels cohesive. It was, you know, they blended out really well. I think it looks great, my personal opinion. But anyway, then, you know, this is another shimmer shade. So this is the one that I didn't use today because it just feels it's slightly darker than this. I just didn't have a place for it in my look today, but I do like that. It doesn't seem to pack as big of an impact as the other two, these two shimmer shades do. They definitely are much more, you know, multi-dimensional. This one wasn't as, you know, as beaming as the other ones, but it does look like it has a pink shift to it. I guess you can't really see that through that swatch, but it does have a little bit, it's a brown with like a pink shift. So then moving into the lighter iridescent color, I told you just a minute ago, this one has like a peach shift to it. So, well, it's a peach with like a golden shift, peach and gold. So really beautiful there. And then this does have a little bit of glitter in it. Definitely, this one does. So you might want to save that for like a topper shade. Make sure you wear glitter glue. I definitely think with Huda's palettes, word to the wise, always put glitter glue down if you're going to use the sparkle shades, because they will have a lot of fallout. That's just historically how I've seen her palettes. I don't know for sure with this one because I just put this on, and I don't feel like I have any fallout yet, but I did put down a glitter glue because I know how it works with her shadows. So anyway, let's keep moving on. So then these are the three darkest shades in the palette. So this is a shimmer shade. I actually loved the pigmentation on this. I thought it really, really was great. It was nice. I put it in the outside corner of my lid. It blended out really nice. It carried great pigment, and I was really pretty impressed with that one. Then this is a great, you know, warm, darker brown shadow. I love to have these in my palettes, so that's fantastic color to have with this color scheme. And then this last one is the darkest shade in the palette. So it's this one right here, and I think it appears like it's gonna be darker, but it doesn't show up that dark as a swatch right here. So you can see it's kind of deceiving a little bit there. It's definitely like a brown purple type of color. But the thing about this one is I did see that it built up really well if you wanted to build it, but it blended out really well to like a soft color, almost like it could blend away. That's how blendable that one was. So I think that's why the swatch is showing up so light, but if you actually pack it on your lid, you can get some pretty good pigment there, but just watch when you're blending, you could just blend it right away. That's just kind of how that shadow is. It's a little bit different than the other ones I feel like in the palette. So overall, you know, 9 shadows, really, really beautiful. I feel like a color story that's right up my alley and is $29. But now let's do some comparisons, because Huda does this pretty often, right? And a lot of her palettes have similar type of color stories. So I just wanted to pull some out and see, you know, if you think it was worth your money. So first, let's compare it to the Naughty palette, because I think that these seem like they could be comparable. So I do see that there's some good, you know, orangey shades in this palette as well. And then there are some great lid tone, similar type of colors where it's, you know, those shimmery shades that Huda's really well known for. And then it builds up with the burgundies over here, and they definitely have a similar color story. I think this one might have, you know, just like this brown doesn't seem to be in there. And these two lighter shades, I feel like that's what I'm lacking from this Huda palette, is I feel like there's no light shades in here. The only light shade they have, well, this is lighter, but not really. And this one down here is purple. And anyway, I feel like this palette kind of lacks some of that, the light shades, and I like that they're incorporated in this one. So if you're maybe thinking about this one, but maybe this one would be a good fit for you, because this one is $65, I think, and there's some strange shadows in here. So I would, you know, I kind of recommend this one. I like this one a lot. So then let's look really quickly at the new Nudes palette just to see if there's any kind of comparison here, because, you know, she definitely goes brown and purplish here as well. But you can see this one definitely is a lot more brown than this one is. It's just much more purple. I really feel like with this palette, it's so much lighter. It doesn't have really the depth. These darker shadows aren't really that deep. You almost need this one with this one to make the best all around cohesive look, because this one has the darker shades, this one has the lighter shades. Anyway, just something to note there, but this one is good. It's just different, and I like this a lot. I'm not a huge fan of the purple. When I do reach in here, I'm mostly going for the brownish colors anyway. So then let's move on to the other large Huda palette that I have, which is the Rose Gold Remastered. And let's just pop this up with this one and see comparison. So there's definitely the browns in both of them. There's a black in this one. I guess we're missing some of the darker burgundy colors that are in this one are not in this one. So I'd say that is probably the biggest difference here. Just wanted to show you guys, in case you have these, what it would look like compared. So then let's move to her smaller palettes, and I guess I just pulled the ones that I had just so I could quickly compare. I don't think this one's going to be that similar at all, the khaki palette, but I do see, you know, the browns in here are similar. It looks like the light shade is similar in here. The khaki palette definitely has a couple khaki colors in there, and it's not too similar, but I mean, kind of. You could probably get some similar looks out of both of these palettes, but this one leans a little bit more green, but I really like this one. Then we'll go in with this one because I felt like these were comparable. This is one of the original Topaz Obsessions palette from Huda. So this one leans more orange, which is strange too, just so you guys know. There's another, what is it that they're calling, the Toffee palette came out with the Brown Obsessions palette, and it has the same toffee yellow color in there, and it just has a couple more yellowish shades. But I thought that was interesting because these are, the yellow shade in here is really the only thing I feel like that, you know, there's a lot of similarities in this color story. I feel like if you took this out, I don't know, it's really similar, honestly, without that yellow. So, and this one pulls a little orange, this one pulls a little burgundy. So that's that one. If you have that, you could get some very similar looks. And then the last one, I think, was probably the one that felt like it was the most like it to me when I was thinking about it. And this is the medium nude palette. And this one just pulls more pink. This one pulls darker and a little bit more purple. Similar eyeshadow, like the sparkly shades are similar. This one just has some darker options. Yep, and then that one it pulls more pink over here. So honestly, they're pretty similar as well. I guess if you just, you know, why these two look really pink here in the monitor, but in real life, they don't look that pink. Seriously. I'm gonna swatch these two just because I can. You know, we got these shades up here, and let's see. You know, we want to get them kind of close to those. So I guess this is more, you know, like, it's funny, it kind of looks like it pulls burgundy, and this one pulls a little bit more pink. So very similar color stories. I mean, Huda, you know, people see this and they're like, oh, Huda's done this before. And, you know, it's kind of true. It seems like she runs in this circle, but I mean, this is what I buy. So, you know, she's definitely has good marketing towards my needs. So I can't really say anything about it. I'm definitely buying the palettes, and I'm happy with this purchase. I thought that this was a really cute palette. I'm glad that it has the range, which I feel like some of these don't have as much of a range. Like, look how light this one is. This one has light and dark, and I really appreciate that in this palette. So anyway, that's really my comparison. And I'll give you a quick review of my final thoughts. You know, it's a first impression, first time I've worn this, but I really did think that they were blendable, and I love the pigmentation on her shimmer shadows. I feel like it is what you see in the pan, and you are gonna get some true color out of it, and it's gonna look sparkly and call attention to your lid, and I like that. That's what I want. I want to look in the pan and get what I think I'm gonna get. The only thing in this one is I feel like this is a little bit deceiving, but the rest of them are true to color. I think that this is great. I think even the light shades are fantastic, but they have the ability to go deep. So I really like this, and I am happy with my purchase. I don't think I'm gonna pick up any of the other ones though. This was the one that spoke to me. So hopefully this was helpful. Stay tuned for the demo portion that's coming up, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye. All right, so let's jump into this bad boy. I kind of want to mix things up today and just do things a little bit backwards. I think I want to start with the darkest color and move to the lightest color. Yeah, I don't know why I really want to do that. I just thought it would be interesting. So let's just do it and see. So one thing I noticed when I went through the swatches is that this one, this darkest shade, actually isn't that pigmented. So let's see how it shows up on the eye. All right, well, I guess swatches can be deceiving for sure. Okay, got that done. Let me blend it out, just a clean blending brush. All right, so this formula is really blendable. So it does go down pigmented, but it blends out super fast. So, and it blends away a good amount of the pigment. So I think maybe that's what was kind of showing up in the swatch, was that it kind of could blend out really easily and fast. So I'm just gonna keep it like that for now and go in with the other colors, and then I'll come and darken it up at the end, since that's typically what I do anyway, but wanted to mix things up a little bit here. So let's go into lid shades then. I think I'm just gonna do that and just end with like the crease stuff. I don't know why, it's just something I wanna do. I'm just kind of reversing the whole way that I would typically put on shadow. So I'm gonna go into this dark brown shade here, and I'm gonna put it on with my finger, and I'm gonna put this on the back end of my eyelid. So it's kind of overlapping some of where that darkest color was, or is. Okay, this one I went a little bit further in, so I'm gonna try to blend that and make it even. Moves fast. Like this definitely has some pigment, and it just moves around when you, I mean, I'm moving it around with my finger, but I just didn't expect it to move as fast. So I think that shade has a lot of pigment. This second darkest one in here, I think this has a lot of pigment. Yeah, definitely. Pretty color. I don't think I have many of these really dark burgundy type shades. It's pretty. I don't know where else I'd use it other than the outer corner, but it is pretty. So let's move into the next lid shade that I would use, which is the next darkest one, which would be this one. Here's that color. And let's kind of blend those together. And this I'm gonna put in, you know, the middle third of my eye. And I'm gonna overlap that darkest color. I really like this color. It's like, I don't know, it's a bronzy, it's just definitely a bronzy color, yeah. I guess I see most of the bronzes, I feel like I wear lean gold, like a bronzy gold, but this is like just kind of bronze. I don't know why, that just feels different to me. It's really pretty, really pretty. All right, and then let's go in with the lightest shimmer shade, which is this one up here. Put this on the inner third. It seems really similar. Not too much lighter than that other color. What were the swatches like? Huh. So it says it's this one and then this is the medium one. I'm just not sure. It's not really picking up that light. I guess when it's in such a small area. Really pretty though. I like it a lot. So that is like just the outside corner and then the lid shades, and now I'm gonna go into crease and building that. So I'm gonna take the lightest shade in the palette. We'll just go this way. Now, since we're coming out here, I'm going for the lightest shade, blending that high. It's really buildable too. It does kind of darken as you build it. All right. And then I'm gonna go in with, I guess, the little slightly, ooh, you know what? The slightly darker shade right here. And I'm gonna take that right in the crease more. Whoa. Okay, this is really pigmented, and this is why you shouldn't do this, because now it's covered up my darkest color. Oh, interesting stuff going on here. Now I know why I do it the regular way I do it. All right, hold on. I think it just required a smaller brush, more precision. And then I have to go back and fix what I've messed up. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into this color right here. And this is like just the next darkest color without going all the way to the dark end. And I'm blending that in the crease over what I've just done. Just darkening up the crease as you get closer to my eye. And now I'm gonna have to go back in and kind of fix what I messed up out here. So I'm going into that darker shade again. And the middle shade. Okay, I'm almost finished. There's really two things I want to do. I want to try to elongate my eye. So I want to take some of this color and kind of bring it out here a little bit more than I typically do. So I think the best color to do that is probably this peach one, because it was very buildable. It's the lightest shade, but it was like super buildable in depth. So I'm just kind of really focusing that out here. So I'm pulling the shadow out this way. I'm layering that some because it can really be buildable. Okay, now I'm gonna take a really small brush and I'm gonna pick up that lighter peach color again, and I'm gonna blend it under my eyes. Okay, and you see how powdery this formula is? There's powder everywhere. All right, that is the completed eye look.